is Shauna Marie with the Evolve Talk Show. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. right here on Dominion TV. And stay tuned. We have an awesome show for you tonight. Hey y'all, it's Shauna Marie. Welcome to the Evolve with Shauna Marie Talk Show. I need you to make sure you catch us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. here on Dominion TV. Make sure you download that app at www.dominion.tv and follow us at evolvetalkshow.com. Download us on Apple, on Roku, and on Android. Hey y'all, it's Shauna Marie and welcome to the Evolve Talk Show. Listen, y'all, we have an awesome topic for you tonight and an awesome guest. I'm going to jump right into it. Let me go ahead and introduce this awesome, powerful, bold, courageous, beautiful woman of God, Miss Shauna Mamacita Thomas.
Hello.
Hey, sis.
Hello.
Hey, girl, hey.
Thanks for having me.
What's going on?
Everything is going on. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm well. Blessed.
I'm so blessed.
That's it.
Blessed.
Blessed.
That's all we have to say is we're blessed. Listen, I am so excited about tonight, y'all, because we are talking about kingdom doesn't compete. We collaborate, right?
Yes.
Woo! Listen,
Mm-hmm.
how many times have you as a woman or a young girl had to compete? Had to compete with your, with friends, had to compete with, business owners or co-workers. Like, how many times do we have to compete, or are we put into these situations where people are competing with us?
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
And we have no idea that they are competing with us, or that jealousy or that envy that creeps in. They have this saying that women can't work together. Women can't do things together. We can't go forward together. We can't do business together. And that is a whole lie.
It is. It is.
It is. So I want to, I know we've introduced you, but I want to just have you tell, who you are and what you do. And I love the fact that, I'm not going to tell her business name, she is. But I love the fact that one of the main missions and purposes of your business is to collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I'm going to let her tell you who she is and what she does. I'm excited.
All right, so I'm Shauna, Mamacita Thomas.
Shauna.
Yes, Mamacita Thomas. Yes.
I love it.
So I own Basic Training and Event Center, and there we're an event venue that's geared towards community enhancement. Yes. And we also have a lot of good outreach programs that are in place for children. Yes. And when I say children, we try to cover anybody from elementary age through college, because there's still a need beyond high school. There's still a need for mentorship beyond high school to help bridge the gaps, or, different things along the way. BASIC stands for Brothers and Sisters in Collaboration. So that's the acronym for BASIC. Hashtag BASIC. But there we do a lot of collaborations with different businesses, small business owners. We host pop-up shops that allow different small businesses to come in and vend, and the community to come in and shop, and all other types of things. But we're mainly geared towards collaborating. Together, we can do more, and we can learn a lot from each other too with collaborating.
That right there. We can, I believe that oftentimes we get into this kind of rut. And I think society and culture does it. Like I notice when we're, on social media, somebody might say, hey, Kim Kardashian and Beyonce had on the same dress. Who wore it better? Or, XYZ and XYZ had on who did it better? Mm-hmm. And that creates this culture of competition, right? Of comparison, of making you try to figure out, okay, well, am I pretty enough, or am I good enough, or am I smart enough, or is my business successful enough? I've heard it over and over and over again, but I love what you said about we can learn from each other, because oftentimes we don't really get that.
We don't.
That we're so caught up in the competing and comparison part.
Yeah, and they do. And when a lot of people compete or compare, you miss the creativity in oneself or, in the next individual. Everybody doesn't have the same purpose and the same path as some of us that are just aligned to work together, to collaborate, to come together, for a greater good.
Right. That's powerful. And that's what we have to understand, that we don't have to I don't have to be in competition with you.
Right.
Just because we are business owners, I gotta compete with your business, you got to compete with my business, and we gotta compete for clientele. Oh my gosh, but we could sit down just like this.
Yes.
And talk and learn from each other and allow you to be authentic and creative and me to be authentic and creative. And that's what is really, really powerful. Talk more about the programs that you have for the community to collaborate with you.
So some programs that we offer for the community, what I do is collab with different therapists, doctors, business owners, and we get together to try to do, to come up to see what we could do for the community to host free events where we're offering our services. I'm offering my venue, they're offering their expertise and, their vessels and pipelines of communication as well. And we try to bring that together just so that we can continue to educate our community. There's a lot of resources that are out there, but people won't go and get them. But if they trust you and they know you and you're there, they'll come, and we try to give them that information so that we all can excel.
Right. And that's what it's about. Everybody working together so that we all can excel in what God's purposed us to do. How has collaborating been effective for you in business?
Collaborating has been effective for us because it allows other people to come in and see our venue, to see what we're about, to see what we have going on. And it also allows us to have great relationships with new business owners and new partners. And, they introduce us to other people, and it goes from there.
Right. So you're building those relationships within the community, building that rapport. Like you said, people are trusting. One thing that a lot of people emailed about this subject was when they are reaching out to people and they are trying to collaborate, they're trying to connect, they were having a hard time knowing if it's the right connection, right? Knowing if I'm moving in my purpose or in my vision or plan with the right people, right? With the right collaboration. How do you know when it's God? How do you know when it's the right collaboration, the right connection?
Well, I know because I start, everything in prayer. And once someone starts discussing, wanting to collab, you have to be able to discern whether it's someone just trying to ride your coattail or if they really have a purpose and trying to collaborate with you. So just praying for discernment, and you'll know what feels right. If it feels right and it's something that you want to go forward with, I encourage you to check it out and see. But if not, follow us here.
Follow in your heart. Follow us in your heart. Follow us in your heart. No, I have been so amazed at watching how you have made this network of collaboration so powerful within our community. And I have to say that, just take a pause to say that I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Right? Because oftentimes we don't say that a lot to people. I'm proud of you. I celebrate you. I honor you. Hats off, sis. I see you. Right?
Yeah, I see you.
Listen. We have to learn how to do that. One thing that I feel like helps people get over those competition and comparison and jealousy and envy barriers is learning how to celebrate people, learning how to celebrate the authenticity in somebody else, learning how to put those insecurities and inadequacies you have about yourself on the altar, and then say, you know what? Let me just tell her, you know what? You're dope. I think you're awesome. I think you are doing an amazing job in what God, has purposed you to do. So that brings me to this. When you experience what you feel may be jealousy or envy from another queen, how do you deal with it?
Well, the first thing that I try to do, is adjust their crown, as
That's
well,
good.
or either give them an opportunity to get to know me personally.
That's good.
Because a lot of people have preconceived notions until they get to know you. They go by what they see, not actually, what they know. So, get to know me. I'm an open book. I'll, talk to you. I want to get to know you and see what you have going on.
Right.
I'm interested in a lot of things that people are working on and have up and coming. And, if you want to talk to me about it or need some direction, I'm here, or I can direct you. I don't have the answers for everything, but I can definitely direct you to someone who does.
Right. How has, this is amazing collaboration, how has this collaborating expanded your network?
Collaborating has expanded my network to different regions. Right. I've had people to attend our pop-up shops all the way from New York, from LA, from seeing it on social media and having family here and just creating the buzz, and they're coming and wanting to be a part of it. I've met so many people from, different states, like I said, different businesses. And if there's something that they can add, or I can see that, we may need at our venue, or something that we can offer, or someone else that I know, we're able to, dialogue about that, have lunch. But I have built a great, relationship and network with people since opening.
That's amazing. And you said something so powerful. It helped you. You've reached New York and LA, like different places. So you are bringing people together from all. I bet it was shocking. Like, wait a minute, God, you doing it?
It shocked me. I'm so grateful.
Wow. So what can be the disadvantage of all of that?
I think one of the disadvantages with collaborating sometimes can be a collaborating partner not wanting to collaborate to their full potential. But again, that is a learning process and something where whether to move forward with or to kind of back away from. That's the only disadvantage. Other than that, I mean, it's worth giving it a try. I mean, like I said before, we are better together. Listen, we have way more advantages than disadvantages when it comes to collaborating.
And like God says, there are more. I think people need to understand that there are more people for you.
Yes.
Than against you, right? There are more for you than against you. Let me ask you this, because I know a lot of young women are watching, a lot of young girls are watching, and that competition and comparison culture does exist. The jealousy, the envy, it does exist. What do you think? Because I want to help some people here. What do you think is the reason behind people or women wanting to compete with each other? The comparison, the jealousy, and the envy. What do you think is the root of it?
I think it's because society, our families have put women against each other, so long in comparison, whether it comes to, our hair, the way we dress, the way we look. And I think that it's okay, to put women together, but it's not okay to constantly compare and say, well, you don't have this, that she has that, because everybody has something unique and something great, inside, whether it's inside or outside, but just putting people together and constantly comparing, like you said earlier with the who wore it better. I just think that, if folks continue to, ladies, mentors, who have continued to dig, deep within and take yourself out of it.
That's good.
Take yourself out of it and be able to be, a resource or a good person or a mentor to someone else, or to be able to actually be there for someone and not have a place of malice or to be ready to go and tell, someone else what I just heard. If you're going to help or if you're going to be in position, do that and let it stay there.
Yeah, that's good. That made me think about, one thing that I've experienced is I think it's rooted in oftentimes people not knowing who they are, right? Not knowing who you are purposed to be in God. And one thing I always say is, hey, know your lane, find your lane and kill it. Like find your lane and kill it. And oftentimes when we don't know or have not tapped into that greatness on the inside of us, right? We're looking at everybody else and going, oh, they're doing this, and oh, they're doing that, and oh, she's got this, and oh, she's got that, and we're neglecting to look at what's on the inside of us that's great and what God has purposed us to do. And I think those things get us off. And I think it causes insecurities, it causes inadequacies, and we're going, okay, I'm not good enough. I haven't been in business long enough. I'm not pretty enough. And the reality is that's not true.
It's not.
It's just not true. And you said something very powerful. If you're a mentor, make sure that you're, pouring in and make sure that you're guiding them the right way. Make sure that they understand who they are and who's on the inside of them. Making sure that you're telling what other people are doing. I've seen that happen, even had that happen. Somebody will give me advice about something, will try to push me, and then all of a sudden just flip.
And that's another thing too. You have to have the space to be able to receive being a mentor or what you'll hear from someone else or a younger girl.
Can you handle it?
Because if you can't handle it or you don't have the space, then I do not encourage you just pouring in, into someone else. You have to have the space for it.
You do. You have to have the space. You have to have that capacity. You have to have the mindset. You have to be okay with, what if who I'm mentoring? What if the student goes farther than the teacher? Uh-oh. What? What if?
You cheer for them. You cheer for them.
You cheer.
You cheer for them.
Girl, you better go. You better. You cheer. You clap them on. You celebrate. And that's what I want. I want to create that queens and kingdom doesn't compete. We collaborate culture, because the world tells us to do everything different. But the reality is we have so much to gain from each other, so much knowledge, so much wisdom, such an impartation, right? Of all of these amazing things. You can be ignited and activated by someone. I oftentimes look for people who have gone further than I have, who've done more, who are willing to pour into me, right? To impart, to ignite, to activate, to celebrate. That's who you want to surround yourself with. That's the circle you want to be in.
And one other thing too, I want to add on what you're saying, not only into looking at someone who's going further, but do the research on your mentor. Just because they appear or they may post and appear that they have gone further, do your research. Do your research.
Pray.
Yes.
Like you said, you have to have that discernment, and you really, 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 really have to pray. Like, you really, really have to pray and ask God, who is the right person? Who are the right connections? Who's the right person to collaborate with? It's really amazing. I don't want to encourage people out there that are pursuing, divine connections. A lot of people this season, and I gotta say this, you can't do anything by yourself. I think that's why the enemy wants to try to make us compete and compare and be divided, right? Because if you're divided, you can't unite. There's no agreement there. It's no agreement there. So we want to encourage those that, have that business or have a ministry or have a vision or idea. Listen, you cannot do destiny. I say all the time, you cannot do destiny by yourself.
You cannot.
We're not meant to do destiny by ourselves. Could you imagine doing what you do by yourself?
No, I don't. But in the direction that we're going to, it feels amazing, but I want other people to be able to feel that too.
Right.
I want them to feel it too. I want you to know what I'm talking about.
I want you to feel it. Right.
Yes.
I want you to feel this joy and feel this excitement and feel all of these mind-blowing things that God is doing. So there are young girls and there are women watching right now that really have been hurt by these cycles and circles of competition, cycles and circles of jealousy and envy. What do you say to that woman or that young girl watching right now who has been hurt and she wants to connect, right? But she doesn't know how, and she doesn't know how to get over these hurdles and these barriers that have already been laid before her. What do you say to her?
I say we should start by just believing in ourselves. When you believe that you can, you can. And write your vision. Yes. Write your vision. It's nothing like a to-do list. When you can look down and start checking off some things that you've completed.
Yes.
That feels amazing.
Oh.
It feels amazing. So I just encourage, anybody who's wanting to take a chance or step out on faith, have the courage to do so, and pray your way through it and listen.
Good.
Pray your way through it and listen to God.
And listen.
Listen.
Oftentimes we're missing something because we're not listening to God and not obeying those instructions, right? We'll have a great idea, and not just a great idea, we'll have a God idea.
Yes.
There's a difference in a good idea and a God idea. We'll have a God idea, but then not jump on it because so-and-so is doing the same thing I'm doing and not realizing, okay, you can have the same gift and talent, but not the same grace and anointing. But if we come together, it's so much more powerful. It's better, like you said, when we do it together.
It's better.
It's better when you do it together. You've got pop-up shops and all these events coming up. Tell them what you have. We're talking about workout. You got some workout Wednesday coming. Listen. Oh boy, if you are in the upstate area, y'all better get ready because she's about to tell y'all something good. She got a workout Wednesday.
Yes, we have workout Wednesday segments where we have different trainers to come through and showcase their style of fitness training.
Wow.
We've had like steppers come through, different dancers, and now we have Army Chick Fitness that's featured with us right now for a little bit for Workout Wednesdays. Yeah. So she's motivating and excited, and we're glad to work out with her as well too. And I do like to add that everything that we do is faith-based. At Basic Training and Event Center. If I'm there and we're having an event, we are praying before we open the doors.
You have to.
We are.
You are making sure that atmosphere is set. I love it. I love it. We're gonna keep talking. We promise y'all we're gonna keep talking. But tell people how they can get in contact with you. Because listen, you have got to connect. Listen, this season is about divine connections. It's about collaborating and not trying to do your purpose and your destiny by yourself. You need people that can take you by the hand. And I love being able to connect with those that can really, like you said, have a vision and then show it to you, help you walk through it. Really, really help you walk through the process of this is what I had to do. This is how I did it. These are my resources. Oftentimes we're so afraid people are going to get ahead of us. We don't really share wholeheartedly. Right. Have you experienced that?
Yes, I have too. And another thing too, you have to learn is when you collaborate, you can't be greedy either.
Can't be greedy. That's good. You can't be greedy. You can't. So I feel like if you have a vision, an idea, a business, a brand, a ministry, if you're just not getting your business off the ground, you need to connect and collaborate with somebody who can help you elevate, right? Help you upgrade. Welcome to your next. So tell them how to connect with you. Y'all got to connect with her.
Yes, so you can reach us at Basic Training and Event Center. We're on Facebook. Yes. We're on Instagram at basic_864. And our website is www.wearebasic.org. There on the website, you can navigate through there to look at event rates, to look at upcoming events, and to take a look at our photo gallery to see a couple of the things that we have going on at Basic.
Make sure y'all go check out Basic. Tell me what it stands. Tell them again what it stands for.
Basic stands for Brothers and Sisters in Collaboration.
Brothers and Sisters in Collaboration. That's an invitation.
It is.
If you're in a community, that's an invitation. Even if you're in we know we have people from all over the globe watching. Yes. Listen, that's an invitation to collaborate, to connect, to go higher together, right?
Yes.
I love that. Listen, if you are that woman, if you are that young girl, and I get it, we get it. Competition and comparison is very real. Jealousy, envy is very real. But the reality is what's greater is God's purpose. What's greater is God's plan. What's greater is that you can connect and collaborate with like-minded people that will help you. So if that's you and your heart has been torn, you've experienced that hurt, I just want to extend an invitation to you to put your heart on the altar, to put that hurt on the altar, to embrace, right? to embrace a new that God's trying to bring you to, where you can have the revelation and the mindset and understanding and heart that you can connect with people, that he wants you to connect with people, that he wants to bless you with collaborations that will open doors and give you new opportunities and new platforms to do what he's blessed you to do, so that you can ignite and influence and impact people for the kingdom. That's what it's about.
Yes.
That's what it's about. So I just want you to put those things on the altar and ask God to give you a new heart, right? Give you a new mindset, give you a new way to look at people and collaborations and connections. Every girl isn't jealous. Every girl isn't a hater. Every girl isn't envious. Listen, there are more for you than against you. And if you do not know Jesus, I extend the invitation. I know it. To salvation. It's simple. Lord, I confess that I'm a sinner. I believe that you hung, bled, died, and arose, God, with all power in your hands, and sent Holy Spirit back for me to teach me, to comfort me, to bring all things to my remembrance. I give my life to you. I want to live my life for you. Amen. Isn't it so simple?
It is.
It's so simple. It's so simple.
It is. And the weight gets lifted, from doing that off your heart, right. The stress off your mind. Just give it to him.
Just give it to him. He makes it so much easier, y'all. It's so much easier. So I want to thank you so much for coming and sharing all of your amazing nuggets, your business, your upcoming events you've got going on. Make sure y'all connect. Like, you have to connect. Listen. We're going to collaborate. We're going to collaborate.
Yes. I already see it.
Let's just ready.
I already see it.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it. So make sure you follow her, Basic Event Training Center.
Basic Training Event Center.
Basic Training Events. I got to get it right. Basic Training Event Center. Follow her on all social media websites sites and her website, and collaborate. Kingdom doesn't compete. We collaborate. Continue to watch us every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. It's Evolve with Shauna Marie on Dominion TV. Shine, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Hey y'all, it's Shauna Marie with the Evolve Talk Show. Listen, if this show has been blessing you, I need you to email in your prayer requests and your testimonies. And if you want to partner with us, make sure you email us at evolvetalkshow.com.